Hello, and welcome back to the CryptidLorePodcast.
And I'm John.
I'm Ethan.
And today will be a cryptid who is not really related to the werewolf at all. He likes bridges, and
he can fly as well.
and he's also a bug-like, right?
Well, that probably gave it away.
Yeah.
So, who are we talking about?
Mothman.
Yeah.
Mothman is a pretty popular cryptid, not as popular as Bigfoot, and they usually find him in West Virginia.
Yeah, most of the stories, especially the original, come from a little town in West Virginia called Point Pleasant.
Yeah.
And some people even call him the Mothman of Point Pleasant. Some people call him that, and he's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So, where do you want to start?
Maybe let's start with the detail. So we know he's a moth. He's like maybe let's just say we got a moth and a human, then we combined them.
Yeah. Well, they don't call him Mothman for no reason. He's
Definitely.
basically like between 6 feet tall and 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
So like the size of a normal guy, and he has like a human body, but he has really big moth wings on his back.
Yeah. So maybe we should tell a story so we can tell his capability.
Let's keep going through these.
Yeah.
What to look out for. The main thing people see like at nighttime.
Yeah.
If people think they saw him, a lot of people see his glowing red eyes.
Yeah.
Or orange. I think they're supposed to be pretty bright and big and red eyes.
People can get mistaken by seeing, like, let's just say, a crane. We know they could get mistaken.
Oh, like the bird?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the wings and everything.
Yeah, and also they could get mistaken by an owl.
Yeah. And his, even though his body is like human, he has like fur on him, kind of like a moth. And a lot of people say his head, we said, he has the weird glowing red eyes, and he has like antenna, like a moth.
Funny.
And he might even have a weird moth mouth. Like his head's not a human head.
Yeah. Funny we're talking about this because actually like 2 nights ago there was a really big moth. Like not as big as a Mothman, but like almost as big as my eyeball. And he was just in my house.
That's weird.
Yeah. Creepy.
Yeah, I've never been to West Virginia, but I bet if I went, I'd keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as big as my eyeball. It's probably as big as my eye pupil.
Mm.
So let's go with maybe what he is and like what he does.
Well, before we get into stories, let's look at kind of what his abilities are, because his main thing is he can fly.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the most popular flying cryptids.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about some others later on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he has huge wings. He can fly really fast. He can fly straight up. And he's really fast, right?
He also doesn't really have an origin story.
Well, there's some I've heard.
Can you tell some?
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to...
yeah, let's tell those first of the stories.
Well...
there's nothing that they say like...
It basically, he moves better in the air than on the ground.
Yeah. They say nothing about like we know a werewolf, silver bullets are dead. Like they never have said something like shoot him with a silver bullet, he's dead. Like they said nothing like that. So I bet he's just like almost some other cryptid who just like you could just kill them any way you could kill a human.
Yeah.
Like a gun would probably kill him. And there's some cryptid.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And there's actually a comic book about Batman versus Mothman.
Yeah, I don't think he's like that strong. We'll get to fight comparison later. But he doesn't really have any main weaknesses either.
Yeah.
So let's get into
stories.
Some stories. So
can I tell some?
Yeah.
So actually tell the origin stories you heard.
Well, some of the origin stories I've heard, they're not very... we don't really know where they come from. They're not very
good,
reliable, but some people think he might have come out of a lab, like a messed up lab experiment.
And maybe they tried to combine a moth with a human.
Yeah, and that's why there's some stories that when he flies over, he causes electromagnetic fields to like mess up electronics and stuff around him. So that's why people think maybe he came out of like a lab experiment or something in that area.
Any other stories, you know?
Well, I know the first story, like the main Mothman story, but do you want to tell that one? With the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So when we said he likes bridges, it's not like a thing like he loves bridges, but it's just a really popular story.
Yeah, it's probably the most popular story with him.
Yeah. So, I might say this a little wrong, but this is how I think it went. So, it was a night with this bridge in West Virginia.
Well, wait, first let's go back.
What?
So, the first time people ever saw him was outside of a TNT explosives factory in West Virginia.
Yeah, that's creepy.
2 people saw him flying around. They saw he had huge wings. So that was the first time, but they didn't know what it was. They probably thought it was like an animal. And then people kept reporting that they kept seeing this thing with giant wings in West Virginia for like a year. And he kept being seen around like factories and destroyed buildings and stuff. And then we get to the bridge story. So if you want to start going through that one.
Yeah. So
this is all in the same town, by the way.
Yeah. So there was this bridge, and they saw this weird thing flying around. Then all of a sudden, the bridge collapsed.
Yeah.
Then, almost 40 people died, and it just collapsed. Like a whole bunch of cars fell in. So then, on the news that night, there was this weird stranger, all in black, who would keep coming to their houses and mocking about their family who's died on the bridge.
Yeah, this was the Silver Bridge collapse. It happened in 1967, and the main thing is Mothman was seen around the bridge before it collapsed.
Yeah.
So he either caused it to collapse,
or tried to warn us,
or was trying to warn us. But that's where we get to the thing that we also wanted to talk about today. There's some people think Mothman's good, and some people think he's evil.
What do you think?
I think he's bad.
I sort of feel like he's just like a regular animal who's just trying to survive. So
you think he was trying to warn us on the bridge?
Or maybe I think most cryptids are just let's just say a bear. Like a bear, he's not. It's not like he's like, oh, I'm gonna try to kill as many people. Like he's just like, oh, I need to eat, so I'm gonna kill you.
Well, he doesn't really kill people.
But
besides when he's around.
Yeah, but
the bridge.
But these creatures will kill you, but
maybe if you see
it's just to survive. It's not it's not like they're just doing it for sport. Like the Dominus Rex was just killing, then not eating.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's he's like bad luck. Like, you know how people say if you see a black cat, that's bad luck?
Yeah.
Maybe if you see Mothman, you gotta watch out because something bad's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
So maybe he curses you, or maybe he warns you.
Yeah. So,
I think he's a bad guy.
I just think he's a regular creature just trying to survive.
Yeah.
So let's see a little more about him. So do you have any other origin stories?
I don't. The main thing is, because of the way he messes up electronics and stuff, engines and stuff when he flies over, people think that he might have come out of a lab or something. And then, like you were saying, some people think maybe he was being confused for large animals like cranes, like you said.
Yeah.
And, some people think he might come from, a different dimension.
Yeah. I was way off with that science story because I thought it was almost maybe there was a demon and he cursed this.
Well, there you go. They're from a different
that.
dimension.
Or maybe but if it was a different dimension, what does that mean? Every cryptid was from a different.
No, I think they're just talking about him. I don't know, but
I don't think.
I definitely don't think he's an alien.
Yeah.
But I do know that, if you see him, you should be on the lookout. Because usually something bad happens.
Do you think he can talk?
I don't think so. He probably makes, moth noises.
Maybe he can almost just like a shapeshifter. How I said there was this guy in black who was mocking, who was just being your friends all died on that bridge. You know how I said that?
Yeah.
So maybe he has two forms. He could become a human.
Or maybe he can mind control people to send them to the doors to do stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like it would be more he can become a human than he can become Mothman. But maybe he can only become a human for a couple seconds or he can't breathe. Let's just say, it's almost like when you, maybe he can become a human, but only for a couple seconds, because when he's in his human form, some reason he can't breathe. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I've never heard the stories about him shape-shifting and stuff. I just know that
me either.
He's pretty powerful, but not he's not very good in a one-on-one fight. He's pretty powerful at making stuff happen. So you want to talk about comparing him to other cryptids here?
Yeah. Hey, here's one question before we go into there. Where does he live, you think? Do you think he maybe lives in a cave under a bridge?
He might live under a bridge.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe he lived under that bridge that collapsed.
Yeah.
Maybe any bridge he lives under ends up collapsing.
Yeah. Maybe he...
Do you think he still lives in West Virginia?
Yeah. Wait! I have an idea. How about he lives under bridges, but he mines holes, but until he mined too much, he made the bridge collapse. Then once they saw him fly, that he was I'm getting out of here before I get crushed. Maybe like that.
Yeah.
That could make sense. And he's maybe people, get out of the way! I'm running! Like that.
Yeah.
So let's go with some cryptids versus.
But I definitely think he still lives in the West Virginia area.
So what do you think, who would win? Him versus a werewolf?
So I think definitely a werewolf would win. But I think Mothman would be able to escape.
Yeah.
If he needed to.
Yeah.
I think that's the powerful part about Mothman. He can move really fast and fly. And he can get out of danger really quick. And maybe he could cause a bridge to fall on the werewolf.
Yeah.
Or if the werewolf was in a building, he could do something in the building.
Yeah. Or maybe he could just find a silver bridge who's made out of real silver. Because...
Well, also, if Mothman got a gun with a silver bullet, he'd definitely win. But that would be hard to happen.
Yeah, I have a funny picture of him, he can't use his hands because he has no hands, so he's using his feet.
No, he has hands. He has arms.
Imagine, he doesn't know how to use it with his gun, so he's thinking you use it with your foot, and he's how do I shoot it? Then the werewolf's seriously, it's not that hard.
But yeah, I think a werewolf would if you had them both in a little box, a little room on the ground, so Mothman couldn't really fly that high away. Definitely, I think the werewolf would win.
How about him versus Bigfoot?
Same thing. I think Bigfoot would win, but
I think
Mothman could definitely get away.
I think it depends.
Now, here's the thing. If Mothman could grab one of them without getting hurt and fly really high up and drop them.
Drop Bigfoot?
Yeah. He'd probably win, but I think Bigfoot would be able to climb up him and
yeah, but what if Bigfoot's too much weight? Then he just climbs up. Mothman just grabs his neck, then rips his head off.
I think he's pretty strong.
Yeah, I think
Mothman's pretty strong.
I think the only way Mothman could win is if he gets a tree to fall on Bigfoot. Or a giant rock.
And we don't know how powerful he is at that stuff, so.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say he's probably weaker than those two.
So what do you think he's in of
But he might be more dangerous to humans.
So what do you think he's in of the scary level of being I still forgot
Are you ready to rank them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think that we're gonna get wrapped up soon because I don't really feel like there's
covered
that
a lot
much.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
it would be a little longer.
I think scary level, I think he's... Where did we put Bigfoot? On C? We moved him down to C last episode.
And werewolf...
I think he's above Bigfoot. Because if you see him, you know something bad's going to happen.
I sort of feel like we should crank werewolf down a little bit.
Werewolf's an A.
Yeah, I feel like
I think A is a good spot for werewolf.
Okay. So...
I think Mothman, maybe B.
Okay. Like, is that below...
Like, I'd be more scared to see a werewolf, but I'd be also more scared to see a Mothman than a Bigfoot.
Here. So, I think this might wrap up the episode. Do you have any other stories?
No, I think that covers it.
Okay.
Definitely one of my favorites. I think he's pretty fun.
Here. So...
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, and everyone who subscribed, thank you very much. And please subscribe, it helps a lot.
Yeah, alright.
And it also shows you really do like it. If there's any other cryptids you want us to do, just let us know. And we do read comments. Because I know some YouTubers don't read comments.
Alright.
So, once again.
See y'all next episode.
Bye.
Alright, bye.